Welcome back to another episode of Otaku Chronicles. I'm here with your boys.
B-Rad.
Reggie-sama.
Reggie-sama's
it's
finally
Regimsha.
back.
Remember, it's Regimsha now.
Yeah, Regimsha. Because, he's finally back from his, we'll use Japanese term, his hiatus, after, a certain well-known creator passed.
Yeah, they brought the Dragon Balls, man, and they got Reggie back. We didn't get Reggie.
And the way my soul cringed to just their lack of knowledge. We're gonna go back. We're gonna have to fix this because I'm sorry, Dragon Ball Z fans. That was rough. That was for Akira just turning his grave.
Listen, I apologize. I wasn't.
That's Reggie's fault.
A young Dragon Ball Z fan, and then I evolved into a Naruto fan, and then I left the path of Dragon Ball Z and stayed on the path of Chakra. So it's understandable. It's fine. But the true educators of Dragon Ball is back. Starting off today, we are supposed to be doing Hitori no Shita. However, due to certain family emergencies and family circumstances, one of our well-beloved co-stars, Peking, is unavailable. So we ask that you bear with us in, his time of need, send prayers his way, and just as a consolation, however, because Hitori no Shita will be done, it would just be done at a later date. However, as a constellation, I know a lot of viewers, a lot of fans have requested that the injustice that we did for episode 1, Jujutsu Kaisen, be redone. So today is your day. It will be redone.
You got Reggie was over here talking pre-podcast with D Money.
And speaking of the gospel, buddy, we were warmed up.
Little insider joke. They were over here getting hard on each other.
We were cursing each other. Really
listen. Jujutsu Kaisen is that anime. It's one of those that you. How could you not love it?
Yeah, don't be silly.
Yeah.
So
you like it.
Get
over it.
Anybody would recommend it to anybody.
Nah, bro, it's just trash.
Nah,
we all hate it. No, I'm playing.
No, you're trash and you'll get better each episode.
Facts.
Nah, the only one that's trash is the one that keeps fucking missing and being late. Regimcha.
Bro.
But so we're gonna start it off with the Japanese word of the day because we didn't do those back when we first started. Guess we can go with, one that everybody knows. Nani.
Oh yeah, Nani. Yeah, that's facts.
Or Nandayo.
Okay. For those who don't know,
Nani is what? Nandayo is what is it?
Yep. Nani is a all-time favorite. You should see it at least once in every anime possible.
Just every fucking episode. At least 5 times an episode. If not, then I don't know what they're doing.
Facts.
It's just cool how depending on how you say it and what situation, how it can mean something completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, Nani, not really.
No, but even the slang in it, you know what I mean? Like if I'm like that whole what are you looking at? What? You know what I mean? It's more.
Well, Japanese people do. I don't have the charger up here. It's unplugged. Yeah, I'll have to get it eventually.
It's just on 1%.
I got a charger over here. If you want to slide it over here, but
yeah, I just need.
But
cut this out.
No, it's not getting cut it out. They can listen to us talk.
No, that's weird. They'll
get a good episode this time.
They'll be like, aren't they talking about Jujutsu Kaisen?
What just happened?
Yeah, well, no, it's the Japanese word of the day.
It's behind the scenes,
Yeah. Not everything's perfect, you guys. Not everything, but yeah, a lot of Japanese people they won't really say what, they'll say what, but most time they're like, eh.
Yeah. It's not used like how we use
yeah.
I'm just saying in the situation how you use it depends. I don't know. I just love the art in the language itself. You know what I mean? Like how you can use certain hellos and good mornings and it means something different every time. You know what I mean?
Listen, I love Japanese culture so much, and then even so obviously anime, big part of my life, and now because of Japanese anime, I'm getting into Japanese food because the food that you see on these Japanese anime, they always look delicious.
You can say that for Food Wars.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna go into it. It's that JJK,
The
V2.
What was it?
Curses.
The peanut butter on the squid. Just you know.
No.
Try
What?
it. Just
What?
Try it. See what you like.
No. No. Just cut that shit out. All right. So Reggie's gonna lead
so
us.
how far are you? Because you said you didn't read it.
Well, I don't know if the watchers have gotten to it, so I don't want to go into all of the reading.
Don't.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
We'll save that one for later on because it has been out for a decent while. But let's start off in season 1, so that way those who haven't watched it, we can kind of get them caught up.
No, so we can get an actual.
If you've
redemption.
never heard of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So
Actual redemption.
it's curses, right? You have a world of curses. Kid, your typical high schooler. I'm 16, but I look 27. Ultra athlete,
Yeah,
he finds himself in a world of curses. Accidentally eats something, gains some powers, right?
Like
fast forward.
out here eating things that look weird.
Yeah,
Facts.
he accidentally put something in him. Now
He
he's
put a
on the
finger in his
lockdown.
mouth, you know.
And you go, well, that sounds a little sus.
We don't kink shame, so it's fine.
He's in the
you
dark
know?
for his friend. You know, he wanted to help out. But
Come on, that
Gets
nail had to
possessed.
scratch his throat, man.
That's true. It was a pretty long nail.
Yeah.
But I
It went
mean,
straight down. He deep throated that like a champ.
so go
Listen,
explain the fingers. Why fingers? Go
Okay.
ahead, tell him. Give
Right.
him the lore.
So basically, Jujutsu Kaisen backstory. Main character. His name is Itadori Yuji. He is. Thank you. He is a high schooler, as Reggie-sama said, and
A 27-year-old high schooler.
he does look older.
College
He-
schooler,
you know,
whatever.
same thing. You know,
Tomato.
in Japanese culture, you know, you could be 48 and look 12. You know, so it's fine.
They
You know,
walk around
As long as you're a
Girls'
female.
that's true. So he ends up
Don't discriminate.
joining a.
It's not discrimination. It's just all the guys lose their hair.
I see balding grandpas in girl uniforms walking down Tokyo on Google all the time, but
That's true. That's true.
live their best life.
Listen, they're just body type is built different. You know, but
I mean, if they identify as a girl, you know, that's them.
Hey man.
You do you.
Itadori joins a curse club that his friends created. Right.
Right.
His friends, obviously, at the time, it is a cursed world, but they weren't aware that curses actually existed. So it was more like how people like horror movies kind of thing. They was like, oh, I have the Ouija board. Let's play Ouija and all this other stuff. That's the assumption they were under.
Right.
However, in this world, curses actually do exist. So when they were playing with these games and doing all these things, it actually attracted cursed energy towards them, and it spawned a cursed monster. Itadori Yuji, he had, I guess you can say, heightened senses at the time, so he was able to see the cursed monster and sense where the cursed energy is coming from, which happened to be a finger. At the time, he was unaware whose finger this belonged to, but in his, I don't know, somewhere in his brain, he just was like, if I eat this finger, it'll help.
Nah,
So-
you skipping out.
Yeah. Well, I
You
mean,
skipping out some stuff.
It is weird as that sounds, right? No, it's like the school, like it's typical for a Japanese school ground to have like your like little shrine that's like we have this sealed demonic item, and it being sealed is proof of our like being safe, you know. And so what they had on this ground ended up being one of these sacred fingers that are like long since hidden, but its energy kind of leaking out is what's attracting these demons, because now the seal's getting weak, I think, right? And
Yep.
they were like, you know, I'm basically starting to attract things to it. Plus, they were questioning it, and they opened it from the seal, didn't they?
Yep, they did.
And then unwrapped it and everything. and
Because
oh,
they
this is
thought it would
crazy.
be fun to like explore and find out
Yeah,
the mysteries.
Are curses real or not?
Yeah.
You know, it was real. It was super real.
Super people died, you know.
People died. But yeah, so he eats it, right? Eats the finger in order to keep it from the demon because he thinks he's about to die. And then it's like a last minute. Now he can summon a little extra power, a little extra strength. But then in the exchange, he can be possessed by the true person whose fingers they are.
Yep.
Right?
And that is the one, the only Sukuna.
Poppy.
Yeah, you know, the granddaddy of all curse spirits. You know, he in his prime basically was the curse spirit ruler.
It was him.
He'd come up to you and say, Chupapi Muñano.
Yeah, man. Big puppy slice.
Yeah, you know, he's the type of guy that puts his dick on the table and you know nobody could say
Lay
anything.
down the
Figured it
law.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
You know.
Here's the roadmap. It's only going one way. That's the way it's supposed to go.
Facts. But yeah, and so there's a school, right? There's average schools like high school, middle school, whatever. But there's a specialized school for cursed users called Jujutsu High.
Right.
Jujutsu High, their only sole purpose is to train people that can use / see cursed spirits to defend ordinary citizens that can't, basically.
Right.
And the Jujutsu High sent a student over to Itadori's regular high school to take care of the cursed spirit that was there terrorizing the students, basically.
Mm-hmm.
While there, he encountered Itadori, who's swallowed the finger and was basically being possessed by Sukuna. And that's when the OG steps in, Gojo Satoru.
Sensei.
Would you like to keep going? Would you like to keep going?
And of course, and right. So you have your kind of, I don't know, like how Naruto had the village school. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and then they have their rankings and so you have this unit of, they can see these extra, spirit creatures, curse energy.
Curse energy.
Cursed demons, if you will, yokai, whatever.
Yeah.
But right, and so then they train. They basically have their own Kakashi-like person. I'm sure if you know anything about if you're anything about anime, even in the littlest bit, you've seen and you know who Gojo is, and he's
the man.
He's the man.
Kakashi.
The man with the beautiful eyes.
He's got a whole Kakashi vibe, right? Like he's the same idea, right? You got your OG guy who's teaching this interesting unit where the main MC has a demon in him, a big time demon, and the big thing is he eats this finger and he doesn't become completely consumed by it. He's actually able to suppress it, and they're thinking like, okay, well, they want to kill him. They're like, no, destroy him. That way the fingers will always be incomplete, and this is our solution. This is a good thing. Kill this kid. And of course, Gojo's like, you're not going to kill another innocent kid on my watch,
Facts.
And the more you get into the story, you'll learn like there's a little bit of child sacrifice in the good world, but he's like, no, and I'm the strongest, and what are you going to do? You're going to fight me? No. I'm going to keep this kid. He'll be under my watch, and what we're going to do is we're going to have him hunt down, because he's sensitive to the fingers now. He can find all of them. He'll eat them. He'll consume them, and if he eats all of them, we'll seal him, or I'll seal it in him, and I'll always be here to kind of like keep that power in check, because Gojo he's the Gojo. He's Gojo.
Well, he was supposed to eat them all, and then they were supposed to kill him.
They were going to kill him. They're like, well, yeah, that was the
their
backup
plan.
Right.
However, Gojo was like, listen, since I'm the strongest here,
right.
What are you really going to do?
He's flexed on him numerous times. Like when he sat down with Rock and Roll Grandpa, and he was just like, what will you do? What were you guys going to stop me?
Facts. Like,
what are you going to do?
I'll fight all of you right now.
You got to think, though, because, I mean, sure, Gojo's one of the strongest, but Sukuna...
Well, yeah, but Sukuna ain't part of that.
Right.
But if he has all his fingers, though...
Right now, in season one...
In season one,
unit.
yeah, it's different.
One finger Sukuna is no match for Gojo.
Right.
No, but if he had all of them, yes.
But he didn't.
But he didn't.
No, I'm just saying.
And
The facts.
Season one, you got Geto is Geto.
Yeah.
And he's only limited to what he has. He's got his cursed friends, and they have their power, but they're limited. They're where they are.
Yep.
You have, you got Sukuna one finger in there. I mean, right now, he's the man. He's the one.
Yeah. Right now, season one, Gojo Satoru is unrivaled. He's just that guy.
I mean, they could push it too, I'm sure.
All demon curses hate.
But everyone was kind of moving slow around him right now.
Yeah.
I think that it was like
they were scared.
What my guy, my number one personally, Toji,
yeah.
Yeah. He's not season one.
Come on, man. He's not. I mean,
he's not season one.
He's not.
Okay.
I just want to say, just without dropping too much off of season one, this is where you realize that like this was before Gojo was the one and couldn't be stopped. This is the moment he had to be the one. Yeah. Right. Someone put pressure on him and was like, "You'll die out here for real. You have openings."
Facts.
And he maximized on that. Unfortunately, he pushed him to the edge to be the one.
Yeah.
And then he was the one up until what happens in what's the city? God, they say the city 1,000 times, and of course it's not in my head. I can't even think of it. It starts with
Is it Shibuya?
Shibuya. The Shibuya incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the Shibuya incident. I mean, he's the one. But I mean, I'm with you because I think he can still have some pressure put on him. Really, I don't think he's undefeatable. Like in my heart, him versus Kakashi, I think Kakashi can get him. I always said Kakashi could seal him, and then season 2 they're like, guess what? Gojo gets sealed. Facts for me.
Listen. We'll get back to that because if you're using the items, so he was sealed with an item from Jujutsu Kaisen, right? I'm pretty sure if Gojo went into Naruto's verse, there'd be different techniques that he might be able to pick up, and
Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. You're Gojo.
Yeah.
I'm Kakashi.
Right.
Kamui.
Right.
Full chakra, all my chakra into one blow, Kamui.
Right.
You're in that dimension. You're not dead. You're not hurt. But I sucked you in there, and I don't even understand if there's a whole nother dimension. I don't know how to pull you out. I don't know anything about it. I think you're disappearing.
Right.
Toby knows. Toby can go in there and get you. Obito knows where you're at. But
however,
I can't get there, and you can't get out because where the hell is that?
No, but it's just like, so not getting off track of season 1.
I know.
But just like when they did seal him, right? He wasn't supposed to be able to do anything, and for a brief moment, he was basically not controlling the seal object,
but he pushed so hard against it.
Right.
He was like,
so
yeah.
I'm not saying that he might be able to stop it right there in that instant, but how long will he really be held? And then if he's not killed, the problem isn't taken care of technically. So at some point he's gonna break out, and then you're really gonna have to deal with the problem, and you're not gonna get him a second time with that same move.
Yeah, but Kakashi can copy everything.
That doesn't mean right.
And the speed is there. I'm just saying it would be a good, interesting fight. And with the intel that Kakashi would have to have, that they both have. Because they both have their organizations and their powers, and they're both Anbu officers, essentially.
Kakashi's also isn't unlimited.
It's not unlimited.
Gojo isn't technically unlimited. However,
but he learned how to sustain it.
Yeah, but if that's like throwing older Kakashi in where he gets the second Sharingan. He gets more power.
Right, but I'm talking about. So remember, this is still season 1 Gojo. Season 1 Gojo.
I mean, but
is him. We're not. So if you can season 1 Gojo versus season 1 Kakashi. If we're talking, Gojo is going to be an interesting fight, but Gojo's going to win, right?
But, okay.
If you're talking,
no, because he was still using the Sharingan.
No, that's right.
Season 1, he was
it
still
would be a
using
good fight. I just want to say it would be a good fight. It could go either way.
Gojo's still going to break out.
It could, because how could he break out? It's a whole other dimension.
Yeah, you see, but that's the thing, right? Because of his...
It's not a cage like he was put in.
Yeah,
he was put in a cage and he was held in the cage.
No, I know it's different. But, okay, it's like this, right? I could be wrong, right? However, there's a door to get to this dimension, right? Which means there has to be a door back. If anybody could figure out the door back, I believe it would be Gojo.
Okay.
As long as he had the eye to do it.
But he couldn't get out of the door he was in. The cage he was in.
No.
They had to blow it open with Angel.
Listen.
Angel had to destroy the curse.
All right, well, we're off topic. Just say that
we're
for a
talking
different
Jjk.
time. Yeah, but we're just like throwing all Naruto.
I know. I mean, it's like everything could be.
Let's go into the movie. The movie.
Okay. All right.
Arc.
But I mean, no, first season. So what did you get from the first season that made you feel like, man, I like this? Because there were so many other great parts about it that we can't just skip past the rest of season 1. I mean,
there is a lot of good parts in season 1.
I'm not gonna say the Jonin exams, but you have their sorcerer exams. I don't know. Those are amazing, right?
I don't know. I just like how it was season 1 where they started introducing him to the other students, right?
Yeah.
Like Panda and them.
That
was like towards the end.
They went through all that.
Yeah.
Because season 2
was whenever,
Shibuya and everything.
Whenever Panda and all them like first made their appearance and started like,
because they
kind of shit talking each other.
They first kind of showed up like villains. Like, well, I mean, Panda was just like, oh, he's a scary panda, but then you had like Todo Ai and Mai's sister.
Yeah, Maki.
Maki.
Yeah.
And like they were kind of like bad, but bad because they're like, oh, kids, get out of here. You know, it's kind of like, we care about you. Get out of here before you die. If you're not tough, you'll die. And I'll be.
No, the only one that was a villain at that time, and I wouldn't really say villain, Toto. He didn't have to beat Megumi like that.
He beat the brakes out of Megumi. And what I'd love more than anything, knowing about Megumi and what his stance did, like we were saying earlier, he was about to pull that out on him. But I really feel like Al would have. He was ready. He was like, pull it out. You know, he knew about it.
Pulled out. Maharaga, as elite as Todo is, he was losing.
I think he would have known to I gotta do something quick.
No,
because he was even when he saw it, he was like, "Oh yeah,
if he brought him out,
that's interesting."
Remember Maharaga, he adapts to everything.
Yeah.
So and you can't use the same move twice. So
I don't know. The only defense I have against that is Toto would last a long time just by fleeing with the clap.
Well,
he would still die, but because he's gonna run out of fucking stamina eventually.
But he's not gonna run away. That's the thing, right?
Yeah,
his personality, he's not going to run.
He's not.
But he's not going to sit there and die. He's going to try to get away.
He's also going to go above and beyond, bro. He got hit with a black flash.
Yeah.
And when the patch curse, because we could say that. I mean, this is out. Watch your anime.
Yeah.
This has been out, guys. You like it. You should have known this. But he hits him with it, and he goes, "What? This thing can do that? I can't. I can't do that. Are you going to be left in the dust, Hodoi?" And he just has that whole Mike Guy breakdown where he's like, "I've got to be stronger than I am right now. I have to do this." And he just
Plus
immediately throws out a black flash kick and then does another one. He immediately does the max is supposed to be 2, and he just immediately goes 1, 2. Did it.
We got to do My Hero soon too.
Oh, absolutely.
They're making a new season. It's coming out in April.
Yeah.
I think he knew about the demon enough. He was informed, and I think that once he brings it out, to yourself, you automatically have to save your strongest move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lure you into this. Let me see how strong you are. Let me see how fast you adapt. But okay, crap. Now I have to hurry up and use my strongest ability at you before it's too late. Because even Sakuna said that he was like, "Oh, I better get this over before it's too late." And then he just super cut him, and there was nothing he could do but hurry up and take his little ring.
Yeah. But Reggie, Season 1, favorite fight scene. Let's go there first.
Oh, you already know, Boogie Woogie.
Yeah.
Best of friendo. That guy just going in his mind, seeing his favorite pop's idol, K-pop lover.
I don't know, that was a good fight, but I'd say mine was probably whenever Megumi was fighting that dude with the white hair, the other clan.
White.
And they were running through. It was right before.
You talking about him?
Probably do with the white hair.
Oh, I don't know why I said white hair. Black hair.
Oh, he's talking about the leader of the
other clan,
the other school. He's he also has the cursed arts like Megumi. He calls out spirits as well. No, I think his is arrows actually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The blind, and he could. Yeah.
I don't know why I said white hair.
That was your favorite? What? I mean,
just
not dissing it, but
just because it was fast, all of them are fast paced.
I liked Megumi and Todo. That was a really dope fight where he just breaks out of him.
But it's not too overpowered. It's not too revealing, and it's where it needs to be.
Okay, and it did showcase the ability and using the pinch and how he used the shadows. I like that. I did like that.
I like that
guy has
salmon.
a cool story all the way through. Honestly.
Tuna.
He's pretty dope. He's a pretty dope character.
Rice.
Nonstop.
Rice.
Tuna.
Oh.
So what about you, Money? What
genuinely, I can't remember the specific episode, but I know it was one of the earlier episodes, probably between episode 1 and 5. Him versus Volcano Head, right?
Right.
I'm not gonna give him a name right now because
that was dope though.
You
for
know?
real. That was really thank you for giving that justice. And he was just like, "You're weak."
He's like, "You can't touch me."
Because he was so full of "I got this."
Listen,
I'm the guy. I got
his
you.
His friends was like, "Listen, don't fight Gojo." He was like, "Listen, I can fight Gojo." He was like, "Don't fight Gojo." He was like, "Listen, I'm pretty sure I can take Gojo." And he's like, "Listen, you know what? I'm gonna go take Gojo because why not? Why am I sitting here waiting when I could just go do it right now?" Right?
You know what though? We gotta part 2 this, of course, once we get to season 2, because he does eventually he
has to come up. He
keeps that even after this L. He's like, "No, you know what I know I need to do. I know what I need to do," and he does it, and it does put pressure on him.
But the reason why I say that's my favorite fight of season 1 early on is because early on it shows you it adds you're about to get your ass kicked. He's super serious, super angry, and Gojo's like, "I do this every Sunday, bro. This is just this is another day for me." He's like, "Matter of fact, you're so weak. I'll be right back." And then leaves mid-fight to get Itadori,
to save the day.
So if I didn't pick the one that I picked, I'd probably say my other favorite fight would be what is it, Hanami and Yuji versus
Um,
Momiji.
is that season 1?
Yeah.
I know exactly what fight you're talking about. I just can't remember the specific episode.
Because it's the first time the first time that anybody's ever broke through a domain expansion.
You're talking about the one that
when they're just taking turns just wailing on the dude. He just
no, I know. You're talking about when he's the one that changes your soul or something.
He changes his size and he can mess with your soul and
Yep.
A patch curse.
Momiji. I'm pretty sure it's Momiji.
I don't think his name.
He's like the scum. He's the worst.
Yeah,
he's one of the worst top 6 villains.
Mahito.
Mahito. Ugh.
Yeah.
Mahito. I was close.
So here's the darkest thing about Mahito to me. Like his whole arc, like his origin arc and his whole beginning. Like, what was the name of the kid that was being bullied and had the cigarettes put on his head? And so he combed over the bangs to hide the cigarette burns. Like, what is that kid's name, man?
His Yoshino.
Bro.
No, his Yoshino? Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen is evil. And it's a curse because like, even that, like the opening changed during that arc, and it was like it kept showing. What was his name?
Yoshino.
Let's say his name. R.I.P. Yoshino. They kept showing Yoshino in a Jujutsu sorcerer uniform, sitting, having a good time with them, and enjoying a fun little Sunday. And they show this whole thing where he gets powers and he starts doing things, and like he has that whole jellyfish curse with him, and it's beautiful. You think, okay, like he's gonna get through this fight, and Yuji's gonna teach him the power of friendship. They're gonna be friends through this school, and then he fucking dies, and he doesn't come back. And it was just like, what was the point of putting him in that opening? Because that never happened. It was a dream. It was the hope that it was gonna happen, and then he died. And then it went like as soon as he died, the opening became dark again. It's like I feel like
as soon as he got transformed, he started crying and was like, "Listen, just kill me."
And I kept thinking like he could turn it back. Something's gonna happen. They're gonna find the cure. They don't find the cure.
All right, so let's go into the movie now, so we can keep this.
Wait,
bro.
Favorite character of season 1? Rate season 1 real fast.
You go first, Reggie.
You make me go first. Season 1. I mean, God, they put so much into it. So many different characters, but for me, they made Toto the man for that. Me in that season, just I loved it. He watched him be tough on his juniors. And him just being a man of fighting, and what kind of woman do you like? I love him.
1 through 5 rating.
1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Like season 1.
Out of season 1,
on how good of a show? Okay, definitely 4. Without doing the 0.5, no 0.5s, none of that stuff. A solid 4. It of course had some trolls and weirdness in the beginning, but I do feel like it moved along and it structured itself well afterwards, but. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, the most majestic thing I've ever seen. But it did. It is new, fresh, and exciting, and it's a 4. It's a 4 for me.
What about you? Oh,
you go first. I gotta remember this dude's name. I'm about to look it up.
No problem. Favorite character of season 1? Honestly, I would probably have to say Itadori, and only because, like, the kid just seems unfazed. Like, one day he's a regular high schooler just living life, playing video games, chasing women. And then all of a sudden he's thrown into, like, this cursed universe, this cursed society, and he's, like, completely unfazed. It's like another day for him. Dude. Like, it's like he was a part of it to begin with, you know?
Just as the story goes on, it's all about his suffering.
Yeah.
It's all about how much
he suffers.
How guilty he feels.
Listen, he suffers. But
how hopeless and weak. And
season 1, he was just like... They're like, oh yeah, you have to do this, and he was just like, okay, and then he just keeps trying, and it's just so good. So, he's my favorite character for season 1 so far, and season 1, 5 out of 5, and that's probably a little biased because
I'm
my
with
anime.
You. I'm with you.
However,
I'll try to be,
it's
holding with my 5s, but I get you.
Yeah, the whole it didn't really have like a romantic aspect to it, but they did talk about like their dreams and aspirations. They had like a little lovey backstory of something that didn't happen, but the way they played it off made it seem like it happened. So it was just the fight scenes were actually well put together. Like when they say it's hand-to-hand combat, it's hand-to-hand combat.
Real. Did you see where they broke down with the feng shui? Not feng shui, but the what does Bachman Ip Man do?
Wing Chun.
Wing Chun.
Yeah.
Where they showed that that's a style that Gojo uses, like when he beat up dude in the movie with the lock, where it showed he wasn't doing like open palm hits. It was like more.
He was throwing in slaps and everything.
Yeah, and like protecting his hands, and it was like legit. Like I love that the detail that they put into that to make it really like, top tier.
So my favorite character is Inumaki.
Okay.
Why?
You always, getting out there.
Oh,
man. The speech
okay.
user. He could, if he wanted to, he could be any one of them.
Yes.
Just because it's stupid overpowered.
The only downside, like his I guess is it called backlash?
Yeah.
The backlash is just like, I understand it because of how strong it is. It deserves a very high backlash. But if it didn't have such a big backlash, he would be. Yeah.
I mean, I think you kind of need it, so it's not like Xavier X OP, like brain
because
control.
he just.
It's like if I'm pushing against your spiritual energy, how hard is my throat pushing? That's why it's like you try to tell Sukuna to kneel, he's not gonna kneel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you can be like fall or get away from me, you know. But I think that it's like what's my hero? Deku. Is that very Deku? Season 1, like,
when he first got All Might's powers, like his body.
I can come in and clutch real fast, but it's gonna hurt me. I'm gonna be useless. I need someone to save me. I need someone to carry me away.
Yeah.
But no, but it is dope because I do like where they really give him more spotlight in the movie.
And he can only just talk in sushi ingredients:
salmon,
salmon, rice, tuna,
artichoke.
Yeah.
But overall, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. It was just all there. The way they did it was smooth. They just didn't throw everything in there at once. Not everybody was just overpowered for no reason.
Yeah, that's valid.
Hey, the first season was long. You do get a lot. It's very rewarding. I'm sorry. I would give it a 5. I don't know. I'll wait till I'm like,
it's okay. You know, it gets better. So you know.
All right. So the movie.
The movie
takes place before season 1.
I watched it twice. Fire.
Wait. V-Rads, you want to bring us into the movie? Tell us a little bit about the movie real quick, like a quick biography.
So
is that the word?
A relapse or something? Yeah.
Like a.
Give us a background.
Yeah.
Japanese is easier, clearly.
But so the movie takes place before season 1. It's a four lore of certain characters and who certain people are and how the school was formed and how Gojo
prequel.
Yeah, prequel. I couldn't think of it.
But yeah.
And he just like the character in the movie doesn't play in season 1. Like you don't see him at all. You don't even see him in season 2. They do bring him in eventually, but he's not even in season 2.
Yeah. No, it takes a while.
But he
was injured. No, he was in there.
No, he came in. However, he was in Africa. Yeah. Remember, he was away on like a mission.
He didn't have a huge part, and then when he did come, he got hurt. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Now he's out again. But I mean,
he was stupid strong too because he had a girlfriend that he loved, and she became a cursed spirit.
He watched her die in front of him.
They just promised to marry each other at 5, like you do in Japan. Of course, normal.
Yeah, they knew it for the first love at first sight. They standing on it.
Yeah, they on that.
Truly standing on business right there. I'm not that real. That's why, at 5 years old, I was like, "What do you mean?" Like,
that's why they're more advanced than us.
Back. Get out of here. Get out of my room.
Stuff,
That's why they're more advanced than us. They focus.
Facts.
It's like 1, I learned my language. 2, I'm learning about everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a father.
3, all right, sweet. I'm about to get married.
Facts.
4, I meet the love of my life. 5, I told her I'm marrying her.
Facts. At the age of 6, they're already in school to become like a
lawyer,
plastic surgeon or something. They're
gonna be a lawyer. They're gonna be train conductors.
They're not playing Operation. Like it's a lot more extreme. Hey, we need to learn from that.
All right, so give us some more story behind it, Reggie.
I mean, okay.
You've watched it more than I have. I've only watched the movie once.
So you get kind of the biggest background between Gojo and his childhood friend Geto. Geto is a curse sorcerer who has the ability to just like essentially absorb and use the power of a demon. So say like a demon that breathes fire attacks him, he can basically reach out, compress it into a ball. If he eats this ball, then at any point in time he summons this thing as a Shimigami and uses it against you. So he has a crazy intense like reserve that he can use at any time. As you see the future him and someone using his abilities in the future, you just see how like really he's OP almost.
So
really.
we gotta throw the timeline is all over the fucking
It really
place
is.
because in season 1 you know the bad guys.
So okay, well here's how you look at it. Right?
And then the
So,
movie, there's the bad guys, and then in season
Season
2,
one-
they're like, "Hey, this is how he became the bad guy."
Season 1, Yuji, Megami. I'm sorry, what's her name with the hammer and the nails?
Nobara?
Yeah,
Nobara.
Nobara.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I'm so sorry
Nobara.
for you. So the three of them are year ones. Maki, Panda, and your favorite, the speech user. What's his name?
Inumaki,
Inumaki are year 2.
I think so.
And so this movie is when they're year 1. It's their year 1. Yuji walks in as a, hey, we have a new student. He's kind of like your Yuji. He's like, I have a super extremely strong curse in me that essentially it's like fueled by the power of love that this person died loving me and was cursed loving me. So it's a curse of love that is never ending. So his soul curse energy is never ending. He's super OP. But it's like their tale of him walking into their class, being a part of their group, and Geto trying to use him against the sorcerer community because he's like we were saying earlier, he becomes like this Magneto like character through time, and you learn this in season 2 because it's a prequel. It's a prequel to the movie where Gojo.
It is, but it's
Geto,
not. It is, but it's not.
Well, Gojo and Geto are year what? They're year 2s, becoming like full-fledged adults now. You know what I mean? Full-fledged.
Well, I mean for like the prequel part, like it is, but it's not. Season 2 is like half of it is, and then half of it's not.
Yeah, half of it starts out that, and then it jumps into present day, and then goes post Shibuya, or Shibuya in general. But anyway, you have right. You threw me off a little bit. I lost train of thought, but no, he's the guy, man. I mean, I just think that. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about that part specifically?
Just, of like what part in particular? In the movie.
Yeah.
But I gotta pass that to D Money.
I mean, I'm sorry. Get back into like the idea of him being Magneto. That's why I lost. It just he watched some curse using children who could see demons or cursed energy be like put in a cell, and they're like, kill these kids, and he sees his kids be beaten and starved, and like he snaps and has this, he decides to go against he wants to eradicate all non-cursed spirit users.
Yep.
Like that's what you learn in the movie of why are these guys against each other, why is his best friend going crazy and using these top tier curses to attack. And
you don't really learn that in the movie. You learn that in season 2.
No, in the movie.
No, the movie.
In the movie,
he I can't remember the demon inside Geto, so I'm gonna just call him Geto. Geto basically further explains why. He explains it better in season 2.
Okay, I must have just missed it then.
They do start explaining it in the movie because basically they was like, why he calls humans monkeys and all this other stuff, and
I mean, well, in season 1, it's him with the volcano devil and the plant, or not devil, but curse and the plant. Mother Earth curse.
The same Chainsaw Man.
It's him with them, right? I know, right? Get to that later, but it's him with them. You know what I mean? They're working for him, and you learn that he's basically going against Gojo, and then in the movie you learn, okay, they were best friends, and that they do reveal that he wants to get rid of. He's got that like genocide mentality of like they hate us, they're gonna crucify and victimize us. We'll just get rid of all of them, and so he wants to get rid of anyone who can't see curse. And create like a super society of only curse users. That's what he wants. That's what you learn in that movie. And then he wants to use Yuta's power to make a super like Frieza death bomb and just hit all of the earth and all of humanity with this and cause curses to run amok and eat everything that's not strong enough to stop it. And they stop.
All right, well, without giving away the movie too much, let's go into season 2.
Okay.
What if you had to give one part from season 2 to make somebody watch it? What part would it be?
There's so much.
There is.
That's hard.
Wait.
It's got top 3.
Wait.
That's weird.
You gotta start us off with what is season 2 about?
Yeah.
You can't just go right into.
No, we'll
best
get
fight
to that.
scene.
We'll get to that.
You gotta
I didn't say
see-
best. I didn't say
Yeah.
best fight scene. I said best.
Paint the
part to
picture,
get
bro.
somebody
Like talk
to
about
watch it.
Shibuya.
Right, but you gotta give us
Open
like a
it up.
little synopsis of season 2
Well, go
before you
ahead.
get into the fight. Okay,
Get
that's
into
fine.
that.
So season 2 is basically starts off as like, I guess you can say a flashback, but they didn't portray it as like somebody sitting there thinking of the past. They just portrayed it as like reality kind of rewound, and it was basically younger Gojo and younger Geto before they are where they are now in society and life. And back when they were basically still students, like some of the missions that they used to undertake, just being classmates, just basically regular students, like everyday life, going shopping with each other, hanging out, doing what boys do. And they also show you like some of the other characters that were introduced into season 1, like some of the teachers, their roles at the time, some of the, I wouldn't call them assistants, but like the people that dress in the black suits.
I know. I can't remember what they're called. I know exactly what you're talking about
Yeah.
because man, Gojo goes off when
Yeah.
he finds out the one was killed. They're like, "Oh, you killed my boy."
Facts.
He was so weak. Why?
But don't worry, I'm gonna find out the name of the people in the black suits. However, like their roles and stuff like that, and they basically get sent on a mission because this individual who is basically holding up the barrier for Jujutsu High is getting older, and he needs like a human sacrifice. I guess you can say.
There you go, those kids.
Yeah.
Give me them
He needs
babies.
basically a human sacrifice, so that way to replenish his power, so that way he can keep holding up the barrier for like another 1,000 years or whatever it may be. And so basically the premise is they show you like their journey, people trying to kill this girl, bounties are on her head and stuff like that, because obviously they don't want Jujutsu High barrier to be replenished. They want it to fall. They show you more about Gojo's backstory, the events that led up to him being the honored one, him being as powerful as he is. They show you Geto's backstory, why he ends up hating humans, stuff like that. And yeah, it's just a really, like, listen, top tier season.
Yeah, because you gotta break it in half.
Yeah,
Because you do have like
That's
you have
season
the
2, part
background.
1, yeah.
Part 1 is the prequel. Part 2, or the prequel. Part 2 is like back to it, Shibuya. I mean, that's 2 huge moments.
facts.
Like my favorite part of part 1 is, good Lord, I mean, that guy from the what's their Maki? What's their first name? Or their
Zenin?
their Zenin.
Yeah, the Zenin
clan, the Zenin one,
Yeah.
the strongest of Zenin. He puts pressure on Gojo. He almost kills him.
Yeah.
He pretty much does kill him, but Gojo, like Gojo said, you should have killed him.
Or we can
Listen, you could say his name now.
you
Told
could you could stoop down to Reggie's level and say Yamcha could kill Gojo.
Look, man.
Listen.
I'll justify it, bro. Side note, right? Because you guys just did Yamcha wrong, bro.
What had to?
Yamcha
That's how he
Yamcha
is.
was a story of like, what are you gonna choose? Strength in battles or women, right? Because there's that whole like, Jiraiya said it best. I'm always gonna go to Naruto. Naruto's like, if not, Dragon Ball Z is the Old Testament, Naruto is the new. He tells him like, the vices of the warrior or whatever. But Yamcha had Bulma. He took her
Man,
virginity.
this
he
is
took my waifu's love, and then like what they
Sidetrack.
broke up later because he cheated on her. Like Yamcha was
Bro.
like the man, but he chose that life over training. He could have went with Goku to Korn's Tower, but he didn't. And then because he didn't, that's why he was like a joke character after that. Because he was pretty strong in he was decent in Ball. He was a main protagonist, like turn good, best friend buddy, and then was there for all the big battles. And he showed up.
So
Right? Goku was dead. He showed up, bro. He was there.
I want to say this, and then we gotta get back on track. Is Master Roshi and Jiraiya would have been the best of fucking friends.
Best friends. Best friendo.
Yes, the best
Best
friendo.
friendo.
They would have been like, "What's your favorite type of woman?"
Oh, body. You draw these books? Yeah.
Master Roshi would have bought all of them.
He would have bought. He'd have been his biggest fan, bro. Took him to all the spots for research. Come on, man. Come on now.
But
all right.
so with season 2,
So
I said not
season 2 part 1. I'm sorry. Let me get to the question of what's the best part for me when Geto shows up to fight Toji, and he's like, "Where's Gojo? Oh, he's dead. I killed him." And he's like, "Okay, then die." And then he just immediately goes off, and their fight and the way that he ended it, and was just like, "I'm not even gonna kill you because that'll probably cause you more trouble." So
No, well, it's not even. He didn't even say it like that. He said, "I got to leave you alive so somebody could tell the story." Basically,
yeah, but he was even like, your cursed technique is too unpredictable, and if I kill you, all your little spirits might come out, then I have to deal with all of them, and I don't feel like it. So he just kicks him in the face and just walks off. Like,
does that X slash across his chest?
What a man, my guy.
So that's your favorite part?
Favorite part.
What about you?
Favorite part of season 2? Season 2, part 1.
Yes, part 1.
Honestly, Toji versus Gojo.
Yes. The first time, or the second time?
Honestly, both.
No, one or the other.
Okay, the first time.
I give the whole fight from beginning to end. That's a thing.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Yeah, cause technically the fight wasn't done.
But it was. He walked away.
Right. So it's like this, right?
He got up.
If he killed him and the fight was done.
But you gotta think of it like this: like
you
this man had.
You should have cut my head off.
This man had the whole day to do whatever he wanted to do. Like that fight's over. Plain and simple. He came back for round 2.
But round 2 just means you should have killed me in round 1.
In fact,
now you have to get serious round 2 and actually kill me.
But
one of us has to die round 2.
Part 1 though. Yeah, bro. Part 1. I agree with you.
He had everything locked in,
bro. Yeah. If you don't read it and you don't know what the fuck's going on, and you watch that, you're gonna be like,
"It's animated." Is it?
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't read it, and you watch that, and you watch Gojo get fucking stabbed in the neck, and the forehead, down the fucking side, in the legs, and basically dies, dude, I was like, what the fuck?
Threw me off, man.
Nah, yeah, when he turned him into a fucking shish kebab.
A kebab, bro.
Facts.
Kebab.
Yeah.
All right, so part 2.
So, okay, part 2.
They trap Gojo without spoiling.
I'm trying to think so the last, it's silly to not say, Sukuna versus Mahara. Obviously that's a dope fight. The remake is dope.
That fight is good, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
I am gonna go I like him fighting the volcano dude because he's you're strong. You actually kind of gasses him up only to kill him and be like
he recognized his strength.
Yeah, they had a moment. It was sweet. It was a sweet, good moment. He's not all bad. He could be nice to curses, but man, that's so tough. I like how they fought him in the subway and the little things that they were doing. But no, honestly, I am going to say with the volcano guy. I like that fight because in the little side moments, him jumping around and the things that we were doing, and he where we said earlier, he jumps and he lands with the one party with Panda, the one small domain user, and who's the girl they were with? I can't think, but he's with them and he's basically like, don't move.
Yeah, I think that she was just like a side character.
Don't do anything until I count to 3.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, and this ultimate move is dropping on them. They were just about to run and get out of the way. He's just like 2, 3, and it's just like there's nothing you can do. Like it just really showed how he's like this whole entire area is under my fucking.
All right, what about you, D Money?
Favorite fight scene?
Yeah, or just favorite part in general for part 2.
Honestly, it would probably have to be when Nanami beat the brakes off of
the ponytail dude.
I can't remember his name, but the ponytail dude.
See, now I would agree with you.
How many of you are there, and where are you stationed?
Facts.
Dude, I would really 100% agree with you if that fight was a little bit longer.
he just dominated him. Man.
He did. It
He's
was
not
just kind of
working-
like
he is not working overtime, man. It's like I'm getting this done right here, right now. That's his pact. That's his curse.
yeah. But if I had to choose my favorite part for part 2, it's whenever Yuji was fighting that blood user.
And you know what?
That blood user, bro, he was.
That was
Yeah,
dope.
he was like,
And
he
I'm
killed my
tripping 'cause
brothers.
Part two was actually really long too. That's
Part two,
hard.
no, part
Yeah.
two was long.
I lied to y'all, but please, you go first, man. What was yours?
Part two, right?
Yes.
It was
Nanami versus Ponytail.
Nanami versus Ponytail.
Okay.
When he listen, Nanami has always been like a mentor. Like he was on business, but like it was more like this is my job, so I gotta do this. But that specific day, he was like, listen, I don't got time. You're wasting my time. I'm gonna get right to the point. And every time he would ask him a question, if it sounded like a lie, slap, punch.
Right.
He would ask him again. Sounds like a lie, slap, punch. You know, it
Through the wall.
through the wall, broke glass. Like
It got worse
he
and worse.
grabbed him by the ponytail. You know,
And thinking about him too, like each hit is a black flash.
Yeah.
That's kinda what he was like
Yeah.
teaching how he does.
so
Nobara was just sitting
But,
there like, what?
You know, like I don't want to leave out like
nah, there's a lot of good fights.
like where he shows up in the crab's domain.
bro, the crab.
It takes him all. It takes him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Breaks the freaking secret weapon and just stabs him with it. Like
He doesn't even break it. He's sharpening it.
Yeah.
He's just sharpening
Bro,
it.
even fucking right before Toji was about to fight Megami, he was like,
Yes.
"What's your last name?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Such and such." He was like, "Oh, so he took her last name, you know, and then killed himself,
Yeah,
you know."
you don't want the power. You don't want the clout.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Then I got nothing to teach you. And just
Yeah.
kills himself. It's like, oh.
Or even when he first got resummoned, he was like,
Yeah, that was wild.
he was like,
Yeah, it is a Madara
"It's
moment.
my body now."
I'm
Like,
too strong.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
too
like-
strong for you to stop me. What you gonna make me go back to the shadows? No.
yeah,
There's just too many good parts in that one. But that blood user, dude, that fight was just fire.
There you go.
Laser fucking blood points, man.
That was dope.
nah, he
Wait, we're brothers?
basically he was basically a bloodbender at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he-
it took him he didn't really win. It took him having that mental breakdown for him to actually like
yeah.
let him go almost.
Yeah.
'Cause he had him. And how tenacious is he? I mean, just through everything that you guys know, like this dude, even in the most current of stuff right now, he's still like, this guy still ain't dead. He's still here,
Yeah.
throwing blows out.
Yeah,
Stuff.
listen. Even when he fought Geto, he was like, "Listen, so Volcano Head. He was like, I'm strong, but like, his mind didn't match his actual powers, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion. However, the Blood guy, he wasn't like, oh, I'm him, but his powers stood on business.
Right.
So if he was talking a big game, his powers was able to back it up, and he had precise control over it. So it was just,
And he
you
had
know,
that weird mentality of like being an overprotective big brother.
Mhm.
And at first it was like, oh, you killed my brothers. Like I'm giving you my full, like that's where he got the full blunt of his power.
Mhm.
But then,
Then he's like, "You are my brother."
yeah, and then he completely has a mental breakdown and just walks away. So he didn't really beat him, but like, and then everything after that is him trying to protect his last brother, you know, and it just brings out the best in him every time. But
facts.
All right,
I don't
so
know.
we're coming to a close end on this one. You want to throw out your quote of the day, since we didn't do it the first episode?
Yes, sir. I got you. So, bear with me for a brief moment. You know,
He lost it.
I did misplace it, but I got it right here.
Awkward.
All right, no, I got you. Right? So, I believe it's season 1, right?
Okay.
And one of the all-time, top characters of this specific anime, Megami Fushiguro, right?
Okay.
In the words of great Megami Fushiguro, right, so in the words of great Megami Fushiguro, right, he said, "It's not about whether I can, I have to do it." And it was right after a specific fight in one of his many incidents where he was about to call out, big Maharaga, the big Appa stopper.
That's kind of
A big alpha stop.
That's how you know he's
That's right.
I feel like that's how you know he's a bitch because every turn he's always threatening to
Listen,
throw that out.
No, but that's it. Like, oh, you're gonna kill me? Oh, is that what you're gonna
Listen,
do?
if my
How
life-
about I pull this out
if
and
it-
either I kill this or it kills all of us? You
Yeah,
know,
like, if my life is in danger, like I might as well pull out all the tricks. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it, but
Yeah,
he
right.
did it every
Yeah,
fucking
like,
fight.
even the slightest amount of like, what did you say to me? Go to
Facts.
bed.
Yeah, like
You said I can't have no ice cream?
Yeah,
like,
right.
you know.
Shh, hey now,
Listen,
hey, calm down.
But like, if you really think about it, right, it makes sense because the first time he almost pulls it out was versus Toto.
Yeah.
Toto was using this man as a fucking human wrecking ball. So like, you know,
But yeah,
and-
but why would he
Round.
throw that? Why would he even try to hint at throwing that out when he's not a bad guy? And
he
they
felt
knew
like
that.
this dude was about to kill me because that's how they showed up. They
Listen.
showed up like you're not even gonna compete in this
Listen.
new little game. I'm just gonna kill you now.
first
Like-
they was
like, fuck
talking
you.
shit to each other like everybody does. You know, he thought
Yeah.
it was all normal, cool, whatever. Then he was like, "What kind of women you like?" You know, he was like, "Okay, random
Yeah,
question."
He's like boring.
He was like, "Random question."
You're
but,
so boring.
okay.
You deserve to die.
Yeah, and then he was like, then you know, when Toto said that, he was like, "This guy's kind of weird." And then Toto just starts beating the brakes off of him. So like, he didn't know that was about to happen. He,
trying to be a sweetheart.
yeah, you know, he was just like, let me think about this for a second. You know, being genuine and stuff. You
Yuji.
know,
I like a tall woman with a big ass.
you know.
Beautiful. Brother.
So you know, it makes sense. Like his life was literally in danger. So he was like, well, might as well call him out. But every scenario he's about to call him out, somebody steps in to save him. So like he doesn't necessarily have to call him out until season 2.
There's no one to stop
Yeah,
him.
that-
There's no one to tell him no.
Now is the time. You know, like
Yeah, really.
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
All right, so run that quote one more time.
All right. I got
Not
you.
that I have. It's not because I want to. I have to.
It's not about whether I can.
Oh.
I have to do it. You know, because if I don't do it, who else will? Right? And then 2, even if I don't have the ability, I have to try.
See, that's a good lead right into
That's a great name.
Why? Reggie has to do the manga minute.
Yeah.
Of course. Now, I mean, all I can think of since I've been on this whole role of all things lead to Naruto. have I told you? Have I brought up Samurai 8 yet?
I don't think you brought up Samurai.
No, but
No.
I know what it is.
Okay, so Samurai
Kaiju
8,
number 8 though is being
Kaiju,
animated.
It is, and I want to have like also a minute of like manga going to show that you need to keep an eye out for, and that's 100%.
Yeah, I did see.
Yeah,
I noticed.
I think we
remember
talked about that. Though.
Yeah.
Dude,
we talked about
I
Kaiju
didn't
Number
brought that
yeah,
up.
he did
because
a manga
I said
minute.
I said something to him. He was like, "Oh, that was one I was gonna bring up."
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that as it's being animated, absolutely keep an eye out for that because it's just a dope story. Like I said before, like it's your main MC. Sure, he gets a super upgrade, but that
Okay.
aside, he starts out as someone who could never be a part.
that's not Samurai 8.
of the.
That's not right.
It's not. Wait more. It just this dude gets it. He gets it. He understands.
We
how to
talked
destroy
about
the world. I
Kaiju
know it's
number
just
8.
beautiful, man.
It
It's
is.
beautiful.
Just let them find out for themselves.
Anyway, Samurai 8. So it's the illustrator from Naruto,
Masashi Kishimoto.
Masashi Kishimoto. As soon as he is done with Shippuden, he did like a little side story where it was like one quick kind of lead and little.
It was
mini
more of
story
a love story, Samurai 8,
was.
and
Well,
he is not a romantic manga artist.
Well, where was the love? Well, there was love because
He's not good at portraying
So
it.
it's a story where it's about cyborg samurai essentially. You have this super futuristic, world where there are these balls, and out of this ball comes a little sword, like a little a mini katana.
Okay.
And if you commit harsari, and kill yourself, and the blade accepts you, it like syncs with your body, takes over your body, and basically makes this cyborg copy that you can like move around like Iron Man's final suit.
So you have to do seppuku
Like Nano.
to do this.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's a leap of faith. If you're worthy,
Does it hurt?
you die.
You die.
Regardless, yes, regardless you feel it. But
He
if
said,
you're,
"Does it
if you're
hurt?"
worthy, you transform into this like crazy cyborg samurai. You have this dog, like you have an animal companion that it next to you it's an animal while you have your sword and a little bit of armor. But then the dog or creature or companion like will sync with you and it'll become your armor, and it's your armor. And then you have a ship, and there's a ship that you have, but it also syncs with you and becomes like your Sunsino. You know what I mean? It's your giant mech that you can also have. And
What'd you just say?
your Sunsino. Sunsino.
Not Susanoo, Sunseto.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the outward suit.
I was about
It's
to
not
say.
That's what it is. It's not. A,
I got a manga minute though after you're done.
that's fine.
I got one for you.
But it's a whole story with honor, and they do have priestess, and the priestess pray for them, and it like gives them a weird boost and power up. But it's weird how it ends up writing in the story where it's really, if the more that they want it, it'll happen, and you need a princess or priestess to give you this whole feeling of like, I need someone to protect, I need someone to do it for. But no, man, the villain, his bigger brother in his school. The main teacher looks like Naruto. It was a nod to him. He had the whiskers and everything. It was adorable.
Okay.
Even his ship in his final form looked a lot like Kurama. But it was dope, but the Japanese community hated it. And they wanted it shut down, and they were like, finish Baruto. Like, he kind of like, they have, like I said before, they had these little press releases, and he talked about how, like, Baruto, and oops, I messed up. I should have given him a Byakugan. I should have did a couple extra things. So maybe I'll look more into it. And then after that, they just crapped on his new story and didn't want it. They wanted more Baruto. So then, it happened. But
Yeah.
they ended
Not
it
everybody's
quick,
always gonna be happy.
but it's an amazing read. It's super good, and it's high. It like in the top 5 manga that I would ask someone to read just to get into manga and like a good story. It's definitely one that I'd suggest.
Okay. Oh yeah.
All right,
Samurai Hachimaru.
a lot of people
Hachimaru.
probably won't like it, honestly. If you're a big fan of Naruto, you're probably not gonna like
No,
Samurai
I
8.
think you'll see the nods to it, and you'll be super pumped, dude. I don't agree.
That's what I thought until I read it.
Nah, man. And you got the main bad guy character, and he's like a cool look, like Sasuke looking dude, but like a scary grown up Sasuke who's bad.
So my manga minute is gonna be the Death Note one shot.
I read that.
It was doo-doo.
Cool haircut.
It was doo-doo.
It wasn't good.
It was doo-doo.
It was like they just wanted to write more. There's another one. There's a third one with a girl, where it's more of the girl's angle.
I don't think because technically she died.
No, I'll send it to you, man. It's still in. I used Google Translate to translate it. It's still in Japanese only. I'll send it to you. It's wild. It's not very long. I want to say it's 38 pages. I'll find it for you. But so, what didn't you like about that one shot?
So they have Death Note. They have the Death Note one shot, and then they have the Death Note short stories.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see or hear anything about.
The girl?
Yeah,
Dude, I'll show you. Or I don't know. I'll show you.
maybe it's in one of the short stories. I don't know.
Okay.
I started reading the short stories, but the one shot was just due to like I thought it was about to be this cool like upcoming, but it's a decade after Light died, and they portrayed him in history books in school that he was a mass murderer. In
general. Well, I mean, that's how they saw him. No one really understood the book, or anything, it was just kind of what he was doing.
Yeah, but the kid had a good idea, but fucked himself.
Yeah,
He made everybody in Japan rich, and he cracked on Donald Trump, which was funny.
that was super. It was good because it came out during like 2020, didn't it? Like right in the pandemic.
I think it might have been 2020, 2021.
It was like
Yeah,
a weird pandemic bubble creation, but
I don't know. If you like Death Note, I mean, it's worth reading, but it's not very good.
That's valid.
it's not a whole thing. But I think it does have some good lore, like some addition to like because they spoke a little bit more on the demons, didn't they? Like his demon was a little like, I guess it got into the rules a little more.
Not really. Not in the one shot.
Didn't it? I mean, I'm thinking of the short stories.
Maybe it's in the short stories because the one shot was literally just Ryuk being bored, dropping another Death Note to see if anybody was gonna be like Light, and the kid didn't want to really kill anybody. He offered to sell it online to the U.S. or the highest bidder. And then he told Ryuk not to come back. And then the Shinigami King said, you sell the book, you die. And he couldn't come back and tell him because he told him not to come back. So
It's weird for him to die. Sorry, guys.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, check it out. See how you feel. Comment. Let us know.
Let us know how you feel about that Jjk V2.
But, man, I don't know, man. So, if you could have a cursed power or anti-cursed weapon, any of them, what would you want?
Gojo's power. Who wouldn't want that?
Limitless?
Yeah. I just want it for the domain expansion because you know everything.
But you can't use it a lot. You can't use it too
I don't
much.
care. I just use it on myself. And then I know everything. It's like, that's all I care about.
Be lost. Lost and limitless.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's dope. What about you, Money?
I would also probably choose limitless, or I feel like I would use I would want Geto's power, like the
curse, eating the
Yes,
curses.
yes.
Yeah, well, I would prefer not to have to eat them. However,
He's
would
like, it tastes like a dirty dish rag.
Facts.
Soaked in throw up. Like
Facts. Eating them probably would not be the best if I had a choice. Like if I could just like suck them through my hand or some shit. You
Come
know,
on,
like,
this ain't Bleach.
you know, like
This ain't Inuyasha.
if I had any other
Hey.
option,
they had the right idea.
any other option.
What about you?
Yeah.
Ooh, cursed ability in general. If I get any power, guys, I'm gonna be a villain, and
That's valid.
I would probably be the patch curse. That's kind of weird and funny how he'd used it. You know, like just I touch you, I'm turning you into like a weird looking person that walks at someone laughing, and then you just explode and kill everyone. You know, I don't know. I think there's a lot you could do with that. There's a lot you could do. You could touch yourself and make yourself kind of like how they had on My Hero. You know, the guy who had the ability to touch and transform. I think that's a lot. There's a lot with that. And he had a domain that was crazy and wild and kind of hard to beat. But yeah, him or the puppet guy. That's pretty valid.
That's valid. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. He made some real strong puppets.
Having some long
The principal?
range,
Yeah.
doing a whole lot from there. That was pretty dope. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
All right, well, that was JJK version 2. You know, I hope you guys enjoy that one more than the first one.
Facts.
D Money was getting all the hate for that.
But you know, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys. You know, leave your likes. 5 out of 5 stars is recommended. However, rate us however you feel. Stay tuned to the best anime podcast around.
I don't know, man. We can't have 5 out of 5 until we get everybody here.
Nah, listen, we can still get 5 out of 5. You know?
Our power level.
Nah, we got
is
a dog
over
on people.
5,000, man. It don't matter.
Facts,
It don't matter regardless.